ร่วมจัดไปโดย Sing Corporation ธนาคารไทยพาณิชย์จำกัดมหาชน สมัยนี้การเป็นนักกีฬามืออาชีพมันไม่ได้ใช้แค่ฝีมือมันมีอะไรมากกว่านั้นอีกเยอะโดยเฉพาะเรื่องของการกินเพราะการกินอย่างถูกหลักจะช่วยให้คุณไปไกลกว่าเดิมและวันนี้เราจะมาพูดคุยกับผู้เชี่ยวชาญด้านเวชศาสตร์การกีฬาที่ปรึกษาด้านโภชนาการให้กับนักกีฬามืออาชีพมามากกว่า25ปีดร.จูเลียน อัลวาเรส กาเซียดร.จูเลียนสวัสดีครับa lot of people around the world, they are in awe of the accomplishment of Spanish football. The way they pass the ball, the precision, and what's the most interesting is the physique. They're not buff like Ronaldo or African players, yet they won the World Cup, they won the European Cup. There's even a new belief that's saying we're not the bodybuilders, we're footballers. What do you think about that?
Okay, I think that what you need in football is speed. The difference is who reach the balls first. You can be very fast because you are strong, but you have to move your weight, so you have not to be too big. So you have to be strong, but not too big. And in that way you can be fast, and also you can have endurance enough for being fast several times during a 90 minutes game. Anyway, it depends on the position you play. If you are a central defense, you have to be bigger, or if you are a goal man, you have to be bigger. For like Cristiano, for example, but he's not too big. He's a very strong man, but he's very fast.
And with good nutrition, you also told me what's good is when you celebrate the goal, it seems to be the fashion, people take the jersey off. Huh?
Yeah, because you know, what is important is that fat is not moving anything. So you don't need fat. If you have fat, it's like an overload. It's something you have to move, and it's not helping you. Fat is only helping a little bit the swimmers, because with fat, you are flotating a little bit more. But for the rest of the sports, you don't need fat. So this is a reason that they're trying to be slim and strong, but not too big. This is the idea.
The way nutrition plays a very big role in the world of sports today, especially in football, because in the past, they said once you reach your 30, you're on way down. But now Cristiano Ronaldo, he's 31 years old. He's still going strong. His record speaks for itself. So you think that's the importance of looking your body after the training, after the match, but 24 hours a day, like you said. It's a 24 hours profession.
Yeah, I say that elite sport is a 24-hour profession, because when you are training and when you are playing, you are executing. But you are producing changes in your body that we call adaptation continuously. And these changes take place the whole day. So having these changes in the right way, in the way you want, you need the appropriate nutrition. So you have to take care of everything the whole day. So we say to the athletes, you are an athlete 24 hours a day. And as important as is that you perform all the training we have designed, is you to take a shake when you finish the training for giving your muscle the nutrients for getting these adaptations.
We talk about another person who is competing with Cristiano for the golden shoes in the Spanish, Luis Suarez. He just scored 8 goals in the past 2 games, but he's the nightmare for the staff like you, because he said he doesn't eat any shake, and staff at Liverpool, at Barcelona having a headache, but people always see him carry a cup, huh? They call it some kind of a tea, eh?
Yeah.
Mate. Is that really help? Because he said his secret is drinking a lot of water, but no shake, no food, no nothing. He said on the day of the match, just water. In terms of a doctor, how would you analyze the situation?
Okay. For sure, it's not totally true. I mean, water is the most important nutrient for sure, and he's doing it in the right way if he's drinking a lot. But what I say, for example, this shake after recovery is going to improve your recovery. If you are not taking that, you are not going to die, for sure. But you are not going to get all you can get. So what I can say to you is that Luis Suarez would take the good nutrition, probably he could perform still better.
he can prolong his career.
Yeah, but it is a personal decision, and sometimes players has a very complicated mind, and sometimes coaches prefer not to move these minds, these strange minds, and let them to do the things in the way they like, and they feel happy. Sometimes when football players say, "No, I'm playing very well because I'm very happy," so you have to also keep them happy.
So that's why you said it's good to instill the good knowledge to the kids when they still have nothing, no superstitions, no whatever. When you see the new generations today, what do you think is the most common mistake or the most common beliefs for the youngster today?
Probably this is a big mistake. That people think that when they want to lose weight, what they have to do is not to eat. Obviously, if you are not eating, you are losing weight. You are losing everything. But what happens is that when you stop to eat, what happens is that you lose your muscle, because the first thing your body needs is protein, and because you are not giving food with protein, your body is looking for the protein anyway, and this protein is in your muscle. So when you do that, you are losing muscle. And the problem is that because you cannot keep this situation for a long time, later you go and you eat again. And when you eat again, you are not recovering the muscle. You are increasing your fat. This is what is called the yo-yo or the rebound problem. And sometimes this happens in sports because they are very worried about a match, a competition, whatever. They are not eating and they are performing in a very bad way. And the other mistake is not drinking for giving the weight in the competition in which you had to give a weight. For example, a boxer or a judoist or whatever.
They're trying to lose weight, but not drinking.
They try to lose
sweating,
weight.
and sweating.
Sweating and not drinking, and they reach the competition in a dehydrated state, and it can produce a lot of injuries and reduce the performance in this competition.
After a lot of research and experiment and experience in this field, before a football match, there's a lot of belief. Someone said eats only carbohydrate. Some people said carbohydrate, okay, with just very, very little protein 2 hours before the match. In your idea, what is the best thing to eat before a big football match, and how many hours before the game?
In professional teams, what we are worried about, I'm gonna confuse you something, is not about what is the best. We are worried about not to have gut problems. So we are worried about not to have a player that say during the game, that he is uncomfortable. So this is the reason that we eat a lot of time before the match. But depending on the players, some players say to you that they feel that they need something more. So sometimes we organize like a light meal, maybe before going to the stadium. That could be 2 hours before the match.
And light, you mean only carbohydrates?
In this one, we can put a little amount of protein, not too much, because maybe you can put yogurt or milk or things like that. A little amount of protein, but mainly carbohydrate, because it's what is easiest to digest. So, and then when we do is, when you have started the game, in the people that have not eaten a lot, in the half time, we can take advantage for giving them a rehydration beverage with carbohydrates and also with some protein.
What about after the game, when the game is finished? Should you eat right after the game, or should you wait a while, and what should you eat after the game?
I give to all my athletes a shake, because I think that the shake is something I can control, is something I know what is inside.
When you go on away game, you don't know what they put for you, huh?
Yeah. I prepare the shake specifically for any one of the players, and I give them the shake. And in the teams I have been working, it was mandatory because it's an order from the doctor. They had to take, and I say the shake before the shower. I give them the shake, they take a shower, and they go out, and then they decide what to eat. But because I cannot control what they are gonna have to dinner, I can't control the shake I give it to them.
You will control what you can control, and you will do your best, and the rest is up to them.
Yes, and I want to be sure that some nutrients are going to be
at least going in.
Yeah, at least this is here.
Now, Thai football is growing.
I know.
We start to have the similar problem with the UK football. A lot of our players, they're quite wealthy, and they enjoy drinking. which is not good. What would you like to say to the youngster? I heard some quote said, stop drinking now, play your career, and after you finish, you can have your own pub and go there, but not while you're playing. That's what they said. But sometimes the temptation. What would you like to say to the youngster who's have to work 24 hours but still find some distractions and like to drink?
I think that not only for athletes, I think that for everybody, what we have to educate young people is to decide what kind of life they want to live. So if you decide to live a life of elite athlete, you have to realize that nowadays a football player is an elite athlete. Maybe 20 years ago it was not an elite athlete, and maybe 20 years ago they were running 7 kilometers and only running 2-3 times really hard during the match. Now they are running more than 12 kilometers sometimes, and they are running harder and faster every time. So because it depends on the level of the competition. For sure, you are telling me that in Thailand the level is growing up. If the level of the competition is not too high, maybe you don't need to be too strict with your care. But if you don't worry about the level of the competition, you are worried about your level, and you say, okay, I'm not worried if I'm in Spain or in Thailand or in Great Britain. I want to do my best. If I want to do my best, I had to take care of everything related to that. And nutrition, and not to drink alcohol when you see drinking.
It's common sense.
Yeah, it's common sense.
So you pick your own future.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Gracias.
Thank you.
อ๋อต้องทานแบบนี้ยังไงถึงจะเป็นแชมป์
ถูกต้อง โชคดีไม่ได้เป็นนักกีฬาบางครั้งมันต้องแลก
บังคับตัวเองต้องบังคับตัวเอง
ต้องบั
ว่าง
คับ
ทาน
ตัวเอง
อะไรอย่างนี้
ต้องบังคับตัวเองอันนี้เป็นสิ่งสำคัญ
บางทีของชอบก็กินไม่ได้อย่างเงี้ย
กินได้แต่ไม่บ่อย
น้อย
นะอย่าไปคิดอย่างนั้นถ้าคิดอย่างนั้นจะเครียดตายกินได้แต่ไม่บ่อย
ค่ะ
นะครับคุณผู้ชมและนี่ก็คือแชมป์จัดไปในวันนี้
ใช่
ขอบพระคุณทุกคนนะครับที่ติดตามชมแล้วก็หากใครอยากจะชมย้อนหลัง
ๆค่ะ ได้ทาง YouTube เลยค่ะตามด้านล่างนี่ค่ะแชมป์จัดไปหรือแชมป์ชาแนลนั่นเองพิมพ์เข้าไปเลยเจอพวกเราแน่นอน
ส่วนคืนนี้คุณผู้ชมเรายังคงมีนัดกันอีกนะครับ
ใช่แล้วค่ะกับรายการ Sport Mafia ค่ะกีฬาตัวพ่อค่ะ ทางช่อง 28 นะคะเวลา 5 ทุ่มครึ่งกับคุณแชมป์พีรพลค่ะ
คุณผู้ชมเดี๋ยวคืนนี้เจอกันอีกครั้งนะฮะขอบคุณที่ติดตามรายการวันนี้ผมแชมป์พิรพลนะครับ
และวิวพงษ์ชนกกันกลับค่ะ
ลาไปก่อนครับจัดไปสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ จัดไป